Mike Sills, National Football Show. The show that the straw stirs the drink. That who is me. How you doing? That is who is me. Anyway, hit the like button. Happy Football Friday. Happy Sports Friday to you. The straw that stirs the drink. Like Reggie. Okay? Dick Allen. How you doing, man? Holy cow. Are we loaded? We are getting ready to get locked and loaded. We appreciate you stepping in with us again. By the way, my friends, Philly 500, he's going to join us. By popular demand, he's back. I heard people saying, let's get Philly 500 on. 4:30 Eastern time. He's ready to rock and roll. JAKIB is the drink, and the straw is here, folks. God, I love that. Just pour a nice JAKIB and put the Sill straw in. How you doing? Woo! Look at that. A nice JAKIB six-pack. Put it right there on your Friday afternoon, right? Then you get the Sill straw, and you just go, God dang, this is good. How you doing? All right. Prime example of leadership was on display last night in that shit football game with New Orleans and Arizona. Hey, by the way, if you're Jeff Bezos, this just in. Hey, NFL, I might want a refund. Holy cow. I mean, will the games get better? I think I saw next week is Ravens and Bucks. So it will stop the pathetic football. But, man, that stuff was awful to watch last night. And then you had this. Seriously, man, I thought I was at Romper Room. I thought I had turned the television to Sesame Street. Watching Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury give us a drama show on the sidelines. You know, it's one thing for Nick Foles to walk over to Doug Peterson in a Super Bowl and go, hey, let's run the Philly special. Okay. I mean, and you're in a moment like that. You'll never forget that. It's another thing to watch that. I started laughing. That's why that kid will never win. When I see Kyler Murray, I see a loser. Okay, I see a loser. How about DeAndre Hopkins, too? By the way, dudes, I know that you guys love AJ. That dude walks off the street, 10 catches, 103. That guy is a freaking beast. DeAndre Hopkins is a beast. No wonder Deshaun Watson got pissed off they moved him from Texans. Holy cow, is that guy good. So he walks off the street, has 10 catches, and 103 yards. Holy cow, man. That kid is great. He is a great football player, man. And it's going to make him better. Personally, I think Cliff Kingsbury saved his job, especially with that fiasco last night. Kyler Murray is a punk. He is a punk. Quote me. Kyler Murray's a punk. Just a punk. The kind of guy you don't want to hang with. You know he's good. You pick him, you put him on your team because he's great. But then you just go, never win with that guy. No way. Don't ever compare that guy to Vick. Michael Vick is 10 times the player that guy was. No way. By the way, Vick, you couldn't pay him today either. What a punk. Hey, calm down, calm down. Get the kid in your head. Get it in your seriously, I thought tears were going to start coming to their eyes. Dude, and of course, then the adult in the building, DeAndre Hopkins, got in between everything. Shows you how important he is on that team. No wonder they melted down last year. When that guy got hurt last year, okay, the Cardinals melted down. No wonder I see it. Without him on the field, man, they're chaos. Shows you leadership. Dude, the quarterback is not the leader, but the wideout is. Okay. Kind of got it ass backwards in Arizona, but okay. Holy cow, that was terrible, man. I felt for Cliff Kingsbury. I was like, dude, how could you have a guy like that? Why would you want to? You know what? If a big-time college football job opened up, I might take it. I might take it just to get out of there so I don't have to coach that guy. I just might take that. I mean, seriously. Dude, he has to know he's not going anywhere. All right, let's move off of that. Woo-wee! There is a new team in the NFC. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There is a new sheriff in town, and it's called the San Francisco 49ers. Woo! They make a move last night, and they get Christian McCaffrey. So wait a minute. They have Christian McCaffrey now, Deebo Samuel, the Kittle kid, and Garoppolo. You can't match up in Philly with that. You can't. You can't match up in Philly with that. Okay? You can't. Look at Xander. 3.5 games I give. Paper mache McCaffrey. Made of glass, says Nick. You cannot hang. Your receiver's not better than Deebo Samuel. He's more versatile. Your tackle's not better than Trent Williams. And Lane's playing great. Your line's probably better. Is your tight end better than Kittle? I don't think so. He's got better hands. Kittle's got better hands. And your quarterback is Garoppolo. 2 of the last 3 NFC championship games. And he's 41-18 as a starter. You have nothing that Jalen Hurts has done so far that can compete or compare to that quarterback at San Francisco. He's not gotten that far. He's been annihilated in a playoff game. Last year, that guy bounced the Cowboys and bounced the Packers on the road. Woo! Baby! We got ourselves a little issue here in New England. We got a little issue here. New sheriff in town. Holy cow. 6-0. 6-0. Hey, you didn't beat him last year. He's already got a win over Jalen. Of course he does. Of course he does. Jalen. This guy beat Aaron Rodgers last year in bad weather in Green Bay. This guy goes into the Star, AT&T, bounces Dak's ass. Our quarterback's better. No, he's not. Prove it. 6-0. That's all you have. Here's what I have with Jimmy G. Well, 41-19, 2 NFC championship games in 3 years, last, and actually an NFC championship ring. And you have what now? Oh, yes, that's right. I got out to a 6-0 start ring. Oh, that's not going to cut it, my friends. Flex. Not at all concerned. Keep it close. Jimmy G will make a mistake. It's who he is. I love when people say that. It's who he is. You make it sound like other people have been more successful than Garoppolo. You haven't had a quarterback. Let's see. You haven't had a quarterback since 2017 to do anything near what that guy did. So what are you talking about? You make it sound like there's this great quarterback play that's been going on for the last. He's had 6 good games. Last year, I don't know. Didn't really beat anybody. And this year, too, kind of didn't really beat anybody. 49ers, baby. Man. Woo, what a move. Championship football move. Championship football move. 6-0. Good luck to you. You'll need it. They beat you already, man. They'll do it again. I tell you what, man. I want to see that. That's your NFC championship game, by the way. They're going to win the West. They're going to win the West. And get this, they're going to be the 2 seed. You watch. Won't be Minnesota. They'll be the 2 seed. San Francisco will come to the link to play you for the NFC title. I see it. I see it taking shape. How you doing? You said that about the Cowboys. No, I didn't. I never said that. I said the Cowboys, Dominique, stop lying. I said the Cowboys would be lucky to score 20 points on Sunday. There's no way the Cowboys can beat the Eagles Sunday. Don't revise history because you come here to take your daily beating. It's okay, my friend. Dominique, I know you come here to take your daily beating. Stand in line. Woo, baby, let's go. 49ers, man. Defense is better than yours, especially pass rushing. Oh, man. Got a damn good running game. Got the best tackle in football. I think the Eagles have to make a move, and I'm going to tell you what move I think they can make, and I'm going to see if you agree or disagree. We are loaded today. Go look at them playoff stats and do the ball da, right, Flex? Right? I thought stats and numbers didn't matter, Flex. They sure don't when you only have 6 touchdown passes. It's okay, Dominique. I love you're here, and I appreciate you being here, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. No. I'm only teasing Dominique, and he knows that. Me and Dominique have a love-hate relationship. Don't we, dude? It's all good. This guy's a joke anymore. Hey, Devin, really? Really? You don't think that Christian McCaffrey is a move? Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. 49ers sent a message. Champion is on to where I'm going. By the way, we have some great topics here. Let me do this to you. I have the current 2023 draft order all the way down to number 32. Okay? We are also, in a minute here, going to look at who deserves a deal and an extension because Howie's got a lot of free agents at the end of the year. And you can't pay for them all. What are you going to do, Howie? I got 14 free agents. Most of them are starters. Your football team might not be the same next year. Super Bowl window? Really? We'll take a look at that Super Bowl window. Week 7 of the NFL. And a potential deal that I want to get to you now with. Oh, yeah, CJ's a free agent too. 49ers aren't going anywhere. Really? They got to the NFC title game last year, didn't they? I mean, what do you mean? What do you mean not going anywhere? They go somewhere every year. What are you talking about? 49ers aren't going anywhere. This just in, my friend. The Eagles were destroyed in a playoff game last year. Until you rectify that, you have a gigantic L in the postseason. Boop. Who pissed in your Cheerio sills? Pissed? Thank God wait a minute, Kyle? Thank God the NFC just got a little bit more competitive because we were getting bored to tears with the shit football we've been watching in the NFC outside the Eagles. Nobody's been impressed with the 5-1 Vikings or the 5-1 Giants. Thank God we got a little drama now in the NFC. Everything's over in the AFC. At least there's something in the building now to talk about because I agree with you guys. Shit, man, the Eagles going to run right through the tape in this thing here. Okay, thank God there's something on the NFC side. Okay? Christian McCaffrey. Dude, Christian McCaffrey in that offense with Deebo Samuel and Kittle is scary. That's a scary-looking offense. And I agree with Xander. Dude, if they could keep all 3 of those guys upright, they get Trent Williams back this week too. They're starting to get healthy. Man, that's going to be a great football team by the end of the year. Okay, that's going to be a great, great football team. Woo, baby. I'd have to take Garoppolo over Jalen. Why wouldn't I? He's done more. Oh, yeah, but he's got more potential. Getting means he hasn't done shit yet, correct? Jalen's a better quarterback. No, he's not. He hasn't done anything yet. Dan, love the show. You'll be hearing a lot from me. Danny. Well, I hope you have money. Who pissed in your frosted? Wait, how am I sounding mad here? I'm going to ask you a question too here. By the way, Jalen Garoppolo. Really? What's Jalen done? Nothing. 0. 6-0. Okay. Watch this. So Jalen's 6-0. Jimmy Garoppolo's resume, I'll take it. Over 6-0. That's all you can lean on. You got nothing else. Nothing else. Oh, yeah. 49er sandwich, baby. Top layer, Kittle. Right there in the middle, Debo. Now you got something else to add to the patty. Christian McCaffrey. How you doing? Man, that sandwich is good. Yes, sir. Resumes don't win championships. Resumes don't win championships. I wonder if that applies to Tom Brady. Okay? You're right. Resumes, hey, whatever you've done doesn't matter. Really? Then how the hell do you get paid? All right. I've got a potential trade for you. Niners made a big move. You know how he's going to now. Oh, wait. The greatness of flex. What has Jimmy G done? Well, he's won an NFC championship, got to 2 of them in the last 3 years. He's 41-17 as a starting quarterback. And you're right. The only thing he hasn't done is won a Super Bowl. What has your guy done? Oh, hey, and now they want to replace him? I don't think that the 49ers were in any hurry to get rid of Garoppolo. Oh, and by the way, so now that they got McCaffrey, their chances of winning a Super Bowl are greater. So when he wins a Super Bowl and he's a free agent at whatever, 44-20, you're going to go buy? They'll trade Trey Lance first. Because they don't want to be in the same boat you guys were in when they chose the wrong grail. Instead of Foles, they grabbed the wrong grail. They chose wrong. They went with the Wentz grail. Trey Lance is about as valuable as the guy in Chicago. Okay? Put him on the open market. You think you get a first rounder for Trey Lance? And the 49ers gave up 3 of them. Gave up 3 of them. Hey, let me tell you, you better win it because the York family's going to go like this. You gave up 3 ones for that guy who you now think that is not the answer to the quarterback position, and you're trying to push a guy out of town who's 40-17. Really? Oh, well, this better work out here. Now you traded for a guy that's the highest paid running back in the league. It's not so much the equity that you surrendered. Look at what they've done in the last 2 years. They gave up first rounders to get into the 2-hole to get Lance. Now they've given up this. More equity to get Christian McCaffrey, and you're paying $20 million per. This guy makes more money than any player on the team, Christian McCaffrey. Garoppolo took a pay cut. Woo-wee! Hey, look at this. 5-star goes to 49er front office is smoking crack. I'll tell you, dude, big roll of the dice. JM, they better win. They better win big. Because Jimmy G has a no-trade clause, and he's an unrestricted free agent at the end of this. He's going to walk out the door whether they like it or not. They can't stop it. That was part of the deal. He paid for his freedom like Brady did. They have no control over Garoppolo right now. They have put themselves in a worse quarterback situation than they were in when Lance was healthy. Dude, you better win now. Oh, we got a 3-year. No, you don't. You better win today. Xander's like, ugh. Christian McCaffrey doesn't scare me at all. I have Boston Scott. I have Boston Scott. Who? Who's that? Boston Scott. I had to look it up where he went to school. I forgot already. All right. Boston. Oh, Christian McCaffrey doesn't frighten me. I have Boston Scott. And I have a guy named, is it Gainwood or Gainwell? Who is it? I forget. One of them guys that got down there on the G team. Eric, you suck. Hey, I know, man. I know, son. You know what, too, Eric? I've sucked for 35 years on the air. I know, man. It's been a long career of sucking. We have Kenny Gainwell. That's what Xander likes, too. 72 touchdowns and 5,900 yards. Can't wait to see that this year. Let me get to this. Well, maybe the number's down. Hey, Gainwell. All right. Philly has 2 first-round picks in the upcoming 2023. Right now, they have the New Orleans pick at 4. And they sit in the 4 hole. And currently, they sit at number 32. Would you take that number 32? Go get Brian Burns. 6'5", 280. Edge rusher. He's 24. Here are his numbers. He's 24 years old. 7.5 sacks. 9 sacks. 9 sacks. Currently has 4. He's on pace for 14 sacks this year. 6'5", 250. FSU. He's 24. Would you surrender that number 32 for Brian Burns? I would. If you're sold, hey, Howie, if you're sold on Jalen Hurts being your future's today then. What are you waiting for? Let's find out if Howie's sold. You got a 24-year-old edge rusher that Carolina wants draft choices for the new coach and the staff to come in. Well, you guys are telling me, Will Anderson, how do you know he's going to be good in the NFL? How do you know? By the way, who's the greatest defensive player to come out of Alabama in the NFL in the Nick Saban era? Let me think about that. Hightower? Jonathan Allen? Patrick Surtain? Excuse me, Flex. Howie made a call on Russell Wilson. It's known. He was pursuing him too. Wouldn't listen to you because half the league was listening on trying to get Russell Wilson. Oh, I know. My word means a lot, Flex, and I get it. No, Jalen Ramsey is a Florida State kid. He's not an Alabama guy. Okay? Looks good as ass. Fitzpatrick? Ramsey's FSU. Play with Derwin James. How's that for you? Would you make this deal? Hey, wait, Howie. Howie sold. You guys are telling me. Bosa's Ohio State, my friend. All of them. Marlon Humphrey? Who? Who? Surtain easily. Well, he's been there 13 years, Nick. You would think there'd be a handful of them. I mean, you would think there'd be a handful of all pros that played at Alabama in the NFL. There's not. You're making it, I mean, I don't see Micah Parsons from Alabama on the defensive side of the ball. That's just supposedly one of his expertise is his defense. That's why I said this kid, Will Anderson, might be. This kid, Brian Burns, is a proven NFL guy. He's a proven NFL guy. Tavon Diggs and Surtain. I got two now in 13 years. Pretty good. We're getting there. We're getting there. I say you make this move. You're sold on your quarterback, aren't you? Aren't you sold on your... Wait, you're not sold on your quarterback yet. I can't give up my 32nd pick in the draft. Dude, the 32nd pick. Come on, man. If you're comfortable and you're confident that your boy Jalen's your guy, go get this 24-year-old proven edge rusher. He's proven. Carolina wants to deal him. He's 24. Maybe it's because Howie's not sold on your boy yet. This is interesting. You got your guy. You got your guy. Jalen Hurts. Yeah, but I don't want to 20. Hey, watch this. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Let's see. 26. This guy's got 30 sacks in 3 years in 4 games. You don't want that? Something that you desperately needed? And your guy Hassan Reddick, who sometimes gets off the bus, you put this dude on the other side? Hey, I don't know. Maybe you ship Milton Williams too. This kid's a good football player. Watch him on tape. He gets around the edge. Someone's going to get this guy. Could change their fortunes too. Burns has never had double-digit sacks in the season. He's 24. And he's got 30 and 2.5. 3.5. I don't know. And he's on pace for 13 this year. Look at the 49ers paid for CMC. I'll pass on Burns because you're set, right? At quarterback. And why are you saving your picks for? For next year, we're trying to build the team. Oh, okay. Your pass rush ain't that hot. It's about as good as it was a year ago. You had one big game against Washington. The rest of them, your boy got off the bus a few times. He's back to, get this. He's back to buying tickets again. Hey, excuse me. Okay. Excuse me, I got to buy a ticket, you know? Cherry Hill. Is it nonstop? Or do I have to stop at Pennsauken? Bose is not being traded, bro. Where are you getting that from? Yeah, one, Joey's hurt. with the Chargers, and the other guy's the second best pass rusher in the league. You imagine if you put Burns on the other side of Bosa in San Francisco and they go get this guy? Holy cow, you better hope they don't do that. But we're first in sacks. Yeah, because you tore up the Washington Commanders. The greatness of the Commanders. Holy cow, man. Every time I hear the Commanders, I think of a prophylactic. Sileo, Christian McCaffrey hasn't played 16 games in the last 3 seasons. He's glass. Win now. Make the move. That's right. He's not sold on Jalen. He ain't giving that first rounder up. A couple guys out there, man, you could go get them. Okay? San Fran has nothing left to give up. Nothing. Nothing left to give up. Is there a single Miami football player in the NFL right now? Oh, yeah, the tight end in Minnesota, pretty decent. Yeah, he's pretty good. Oh, look at him taking shots at me because there's not a star defensive football player in the NFL that's from Alabama. Oh, them great Bama guys. By the way, the defensive end in Buffalo and the defensive end in Miami, both those Miami kids made the all-rookie team last year. One of them, I think, was a Pro Bowler in his rookie year. How you doing? And we were not even good lately. How you doing? And by the way, for the record, Xander, every year is a Miami Hurricane nominated to the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Every year. I wonder why. Because we're a factory for NFL. We're a factory. We just keep churning them out, baby. So you guys don't want to do that. So you guys aren't sold on Jalen. That's all I needed to know. Big Sills, would you give up a first rounder for Bosa? Which one? Nick? Dude, San Francisco's not giving up Nick Bosa for a first rounder. San Francisco would give up Nick Bosa for 2 first rounders. You're not getting that guy. Okay? Cam Jordan. Danny, that's a good one, man. I like Cam Jordan. Okay? Miami used to be a factory. Let's be fair here. Why? Because Alabama churns out all those all-pro defensive players. Oh, Joey, they're not trading him. They're not trading him. Okay? They're not trading him. Okay, the Chargers are not. Let's move on. So you guys don't want to make the move. You must be not sold on Jalen. Let me write that down. Folks in Philly aren't sold on Jalen. That's why they don't want to give up the 32nd pick in the draft for a 24-year-old edge rusher who's proven. And he's 6'5". Instead of what's this guy that has to stand on 7 Tokyo phone books? Hassan Reddick, who's 6 feet, 232. You got an edge rusher who's 6 feet, 232, and here's a guy 6'5", 250. Yo, no, I'll stick with the 6-footer. At $15 million, too. At $15 million. You're paying a 6-foot edge rusher $15 million to play half the game. Oof. Good night, almighty. All right. Now we're going to do something here that we're going to figure out the future of your football team. Okay? '49ers cannot keep Bosa, CMC, Debo, and etc. No, but you can. See 5-star? 49ers can't keep all those guys. But you're going to be able to pay Jalen $45 million. Oh, we're going to work on that right now. You're going to pay all these guys who are all free agents and Jalen Hurts $45 million, and you're going to pay Hassan Reddick $15 million, and you're going to play Fetcher 15, and you're going to play Hardgrave 15, and you're going to pay AJ 25. Yeah, but the 49ers, they can't keep all those guys. But you can? You better button up because I think a reality check is about ready to hit you here. Okay? Thank you, Danny. Here we go. I'm going to ask you because here's your future, whether or not you have a window for winning. So how many years do you think you have this Super Bowl window? You would eliminate Boza? I'd find someone else before I start doing that. Let's take a look here. Well, shit, Gardner Minshew's gone. Here are the free agents for the Philadelphia Eagles. Gardner Minshew's gone. This guy wants to play. He ain't playing in Philly. We'll get to Hurts in a minute. Miles Sanders. He's gone. Shit, Miles keeps playing. 1,400 yards. Howie's not going to offer him enough money. He's right now, currently, if you were going to give him any money, you'd have done it in the offseason. Sanders gone. Got to free up space, too, to pay Jalen. The first two are gone. He's staying. Confirmed in an interview. Yeah, I'm sure that went by. So he's answering that question on October 21st, not knowing what his numbers are going to be and the type of offers he'll get from other teams. He's staying. He confirmed in an interview. Oh, I see. So Howie offers him $2 million, but somebody offers him 10. He's staying. Get the Isaac Seumalo. Got to keep Jalen healthy. I think you got to re-sign him. I think you got to, hey, confirmed. Isaac Seumalo. Does Howie extend him or not? JB says we don't need him. What's up, Ryan? Okay. Isaac Seumalo. Pay all the O-line. Do you bring back Isaac Seumalo? No? Okay. He's out. Starting OG. You gonna let walk out the So now your running back and your right guard are now off your team. James Bradbury. Look at all these guys, man. This is quite a list. So far, the first three we've got off the list. Minshew's gone, Sanders gone, Isaac Seumalo's gone. Okay. Bradbury sign. I think so. Ain't gonna be cheap. Could somebody do me a favor and tell me what the franchise tag is for a starting corner? Tell me what the the franchise tag is for a starting corner. 17-2. 17-2. So you're going to sign James Bradbury to $17.2 million. Woo! So wait a minute. You're going to have two corners making north of $15 million. I'd pay that too. Would not pay my two DTs that. This is where I'm going to get the money from, and you know this. Whoa! So Isaac Seumalo's gone. Miles Sanders is gone. Gardner Minshew's gone. James Bradbury re-signed. TJ Edwards is a free agent. What do you do? Re-sign him? Wait a minute. You drafted short stuff. What's his name? James Dean. N'Kobe Dean. Why'd you draft Dean then for? Whoa. Edwards? Why did you draft N'Kobe Dean? This guy here, really? What's this guy going to play? Is he ever going to play? TJ's gone. Undrafted free agent. He's going to get a boatload of money in the open market, and his agent's telling him that right now. Everyone in Philly's like, well, he'll play in Philly because, he loves to say, yeah. Life don't work that way. Javon Hargrave. What's the magic pen? Fletcher Cox. See the magic pen? So far, Minshew's gone. Sanders is gone. Isaac Seumalo's gone. Bradbury stays. Edwards gone. Hargrave gone. Fletcher Cox gone. Jesus Christ, you have the entire triangle gone. Middle linebacker, 2 D tackles. Andre Dillard's not staying. He wants to start. See the magic pen? You see it? I know you saw it. You got to watch it because it's pretty. See this? This is the magic pen. This is the pen that's showing you your Super Bowl window's not as big as you think it is. This is what you've done so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 guys are gone and free agents already out of 8. Kaiser White. Magic pen wants to do something. I don't know. What's it doing? Look at the magic pen just moving around. What should he do? Oh, I don't know. Do you sign him or not? Look at the magic pen. Okay. Hold on here. What's going on with the magic pen? You keep Kaiser? I do too. I think so too. This guy's a tackling machine. I like this kid. Boston Scott. That sounds like something like from like the Revolutionary War, man. I don't know. Boston Scott. They'll probably keep him because he's not making enough. Zach Pascal. Probably let his ass go. Then again, that's Nick's boy. Yeah. Boy, Xander doesn't think Kaiser White will be back. That's where Dean takes the spot, possibly. Okay. Sil's just trying to get under your skin. The cap is never an issue with Howie. This ain't got nothing to do with the cap. These are people who are going to want to get paid. Dude, what? You think because if you have a successful season, these are guys on all one-year deals or that are going to be free agents at the end of the year. No, but what they're going to do is, hey, man, I want to stay here and make $5 million a year less. Okay. Yeah, because that's what people do. Yeah, Jalen's just going to take less money because, Clutch Sports goes to all their clients and goes like this, right, Xander? Hey, if you want to really be a good guy, you take $10 million less and let's just sign for 7 years. You're fired. Yeah, that's what they do. Zach Pascal's Nick's boy, so you got to keep Boston Scott. Zach Pascal. Ooh, here's another big one. I can't wait to hear this. I can't wait because it's going to show how dumb most of you are. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, what do you do with him? What do you do with him? And before you answer that, you just gave Bradbury 17.2 and the other guy on the other side makes $17 million. So you're going to pay three guys in the secondary $17 million? One has to go. Which one? Howie, do that again. Hey, Xander, the 20 guy, that was really awesome of you. Howie will refuse to pay a running back top dollar. Thank you very much. That writer-director, that is really cool of you on this Friday. Thank you. Sign, keep him. Wait a minute. That's really cool, man. Thank you. That's really cool. So wait a minute. CJ, you're paying $17 million. Bradbury, 17. Slay, 17. Let's see, man. 34, 17, 51. You got $51 million tied into your secondary? Three players, you got $51 million. Hold on. No, you're damn right they're not. Because I'm just going with what the franchise tag is. They may get more value. Especially if Bradbury continues to play the way he does and CJ continues to play the way he does. You're damn right. I'm just doing base. That's market value. You understand that when you get a franchise tag, that's what they consider market value. For a top flight corner, O-lineman, quarterback. You're damn right the numbers don't add up. Hang on, I haven't even gotten my Jalen Hurts yet. Holy cow, this is really, it's like playing with Monopoly money here. $51 million and three dudes in your secondary. Whew. You're going to pay three corners $17 million. $51 million. You got a wide receiver that's making 25. The 6, that's 76. Wow. That's $76 million. Now, wait a minute. We got to get to the quarterback. Wait, let me get to that here in a minute. Marcus Epps. Do you sign him or not? Do you let him go? Well, you know, he's a local guy. And, you know, he really likes us. So he'll take less too. He'll play for $900,000. That's how some of you think. Okay? It is the strength of the defense. Epps is gone. You're not Howie, really. You're right. I'm not 4-1. You're right. I'm not 4-1 and have to stand on a Tokyo phone book to look someone in the eye. Let Bradbury go, sign CJ. Okay. $76 million just between four dudes. A.J. Brown and your three defensive backs. CJ, Bradbury, Bradbury, you're going to pay $17 million to. Is that right? Marcus Epps. Woo! I got to take a timeout. I want to take a timeout because now we're going to talk about Jalen. Okay? Hit the like button. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
The faces you know, the team you trust. The Delaware Valley's leading news program, Action News.
Go for the beers, go for the cheers, go for the hit and the hits, go for the scene, go for the screens, go for the gallery, go for the win, go to Ocean.
Woo, baby. Big Sales National Football Show. In honor of the Phillies and Padres, Jonathan Papelbon has now stepped in from my boy Xander. He's my guy, Tone. Love Tone. Tone adds a lot to the dang shows, man. We're so proud to have him part of it. And also part of our network, too. Tone, love you, man. You do a great job. And I appreciate you every single time you step in with us, man. Love sports, and that's what we have here at JAKIB, too. So, of the 14 free agents that the Eagles have, by the way, Jason Kelce's not coming back. He's a free agent, too, but, you know, right? He's not coming back. So, it's not really part of the future of the team. Of the 14, here's who you've whacked. Minshew, Sanders, Sayamalo. You kept Bradbury. You whacked Edwards. Hardgrave, Fletcher. Dillard, Kaiser White. Have we re-signed? CJ? I think so. So you're going to pay $51 million in your 3 DBs. Yeah. That's the strength of the defense. It's not your front seven. Your front seven's adequate. Your Your secondary has been the most improved part of your football team this year. Outside the quarterback's play. The corners and the safeties, by the way, CJ has shown his versatility. I'd keep him over Bradbury before. If it came down between one or the other, Bradbury's gone. This kid CJ can freaking play. You put him in a slot, you put him at nickel, you put him at safety. He's a true corner. He's a good ball. I don't know what New Orleans was thinking. You let that guy roll out of the building? Jesus Christ. Did you see what the game was changed on last night? Andy Dalton's 3 picks. Turnovers are what sets the tone today in the NFL. INTs and sacks. Well, yards per catch. That shit doesn't really matter that much. Least amount of points, sacks, turnovers. The rest of it, it's for dudes that have the red zone channel. Hey, 00, I'm not saying Bradbury's not playing well. CJ's better. CJ's better because he's more versatile, in my opinion. And by the way, Bradbury, you think Bradbury's going to come back after getting a haircut in New York and take another haircut for 2 years in a row? He's going to want max dollar. And as Xander said, the franchise tag for DBs is 17-2. It's going to be north of that. Shit, the safety, Jamal Adams in Seattle got $20 million a safety. And Seattle sent 3. You know why Russell Wilson is no longer in Seattle? Jamal Adams. They sold their future with a safety. Oh, now we got to get to the big one here. So you're going to have this. Cap would be around 200 and for shits and giggles. Let's do this. What do we think? Tell me, can somebody tell me what the cap was last year? I don't want to go too high here, and I'm not going to go too low. What was the cap last year? Usually goes up about 18%, something like that. It could go up higher because the revenues are going to be exceptionally higher this year because of Amazon. That deal on Thursday, even though the games blow, what it does is it raises the cap. The reason Thursday night football is important, the cap continues to raise. That means this. Cap is not $300 million. It's not going to be $300 million. Jesus criminy. $300 million. The cap was 182.5. $300 million. What a bunch of tools. I know you want to keep all your boys, but got a frugal owner too. 182.5. Woo! And you got to pay a quarterback? Oh, this is going to be fun. How many years do you think you got a Super Bowl window? Shit, man, you lost half your team almost in free agency. Say the cap goes to 210. 215. It's the number we'll work with. 215. So you got 51 million and 3 DBs, counting Slay. You got 25 million with AJ. 76 million bucks. Your offensive line, Malata, he makes about, 7 million? Your center's going to be not making a lot of money because the center this year makes 9 million. That's going to be off your books, and you're going to be on a rookie deal with Juergens. That's good. Leonard Dickerson, help me out here, Tone. Dickerson is he's on a rookie contract. Am I right? Dickerson is still on a rookie contract. Dude, this actually is looking pretty good in your old line here. Now you got to replace your right guard. And Lane makes 10. Okay? So in theory here, We're talking about $18 million to your O-line. Actually, you've taken that number down because why? Jason Kelce and that $10 million are gone, and Sayamalo's $5 is gone. So then you got right there, you got $86 million. Let's just do that. Your O-line. Now, we get to Jalen. We go pay him 45. Let's see here. You want to pay him 45? Let's just say 45. Shits and giggles. 75. There's $115 million. You got $100 million to get a couple linebackers. Pay your D-line. Hey, let's not forget, Reddick makes a ton of money. Now you have saved $30 million in your 2 tackles, letting them walk. Your football team's not going to be the same next year. These guys are not going to come back, especially if they win it. They're not coming back. Why? James Bradbury was insulted with the money the Giants offered him. CJ was offended that they gave Honey Badger more money than him. Okay? Kaiser White is also offended because the Chargers let him walk. Miles Sanders has always been offended since he's been an Eagle. This guy's going to have 1,500 yards, maybe 1,400 yards. Howie Roseman is not paying him. Yeah, they're gonna come back to repeat. Bro, coming back to repeat versus financial wealth? You are kidding me. I'm not staying for the good old times. This is about me and my family. And I'm going to go to the best situation I can for me and my family, which means economically. They're looking constantly for hometown deals in Philly. We got Mulata on one. They got Dallas Goedert on one. There's a price for success. And you want to pay Jalen $45 million. Woo-wee, man. Half your team's gone. Half your team's gone. By the way, I'm going to ask Philly 500. What he thinks. Look at all these free agents. Look at all these free agents. By the way, we'll take a look at week 7. I want to show you something also. And I'm going to talk to Tone here a little bit too. Brian Burns. Would you give up the 31st pick, the 32nd pick for a guy who's 24 years old? And in his 24 years in Carolina, he's 6'5", 250 from Florida State. 8 sacks, 9 sacks, 9 sacks, and he's got 4 right now so far in the early part of the year. 4 in 6 games. Would you give Carolina the 32nd pick for him? Yeah, but I want a guy in the draft next year. Well, how do you know he's going to be good? You want another Derek Barnett? Aren't you tired of that? Aren't you tired of the Derek Barnetts? Hit the like button. Hour 2. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Action News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community. A sports roundup for the locals. And the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Since 1977 at Rafferty Subaru, we have always been about our customers and the community. Early on, a safe and durable option, we've evolved to become the best overall brand according to Kelley Blue Book. Over the last 14 years, we've donated thousands of dollars through the Subaru Share the Love event and found homes for hundreds of pets. The Rafferty family is proud of our 45 years in business. This month, celebrate our anniversary with special financing on select models. Visit us and see why.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that. Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
Hour 2 National Football Show. My boy Philly 500 will join us at the bottom of the hour. Okay. If you had to start your team with a 2-year Lamar Jackson, a 2nd-year Michael Vick, or a 2nd-year Jalen Hurts, who would you start with? And know that Lamar won the MVP unanimously in his 2nd year. Starting. Yeah, 2nd year starting, he was unanimous MVP. Led the NFL in passing touchdowns too, by the way. Look at even Tone, 2nd year, probably. So I'm assuming then, Tone, you think that Jalen is a better player in his 2nd year than Vick was in his 2nd year? Really? Have you ever heard of the Michael Vick experience? Okay, I can promise you this. I'm not buying a ticket to see Jalen Hurts play if the other ticket on the table is Michael Vick. Excuse me, I like watching stars play. Okay? That ain't happening. If I had a ticket on the table to buy Vick or Hurts, that ain't working for me. I don't think so. Lamar is a show too. 2nd year Vick, 2nd year Hurts, 2nd year Lamar. I'll take who's the better thrower in the 2nd year. I would say Hurts is 2nd on that list then to Lamar, because Lamar led the NFL in passing touchdowns that year. It's a good way to look at it. Tone? Vick has never really been the most accurate dude. Okay? He's never really been. Hurts has watch this. Look at Dominique, and I'll show you how Dominique thinks. Hurts has 2,000 more yards than Vick did. Give me Hurts. You think Michael Vick. You think Jalen Hurts is a better football player in his 2nd year than Michael Vick was in his 2nd year. That's an absolute absurd comment. Do me a favor, Dominique. If you ever get in public and you're at a bar, don't say that. No one will respect you. No one will respect you. Because one more time, dude, Vick beaten some good players. Jalen hasn't. Cooper Rush, I'd be careful. Beat Dallas. He beat a guy who was a quarterback who was an intern. That Ryder. Hurts works more organically within an offense. Also higher football IQ. Wow. Totally. That Ryder director, let me ask you this. Vick is more like Kyler Murray then. Schoolyard football. Right? More like schoolyard football. I agree with you. More like schoolyard football. Okay. Jalen plays within a system. You're not wrong. He didn't beat a quarterback. He beat the number 1 Dallas defense, you fool. Hey, Nick. Nick, he beat Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush. And you're thankful he has an O-line in front of him. They beat them. He didn't. The old line dominated. When they needed a drive, they put the game away. They didn't throw it. They ran the ball. That 13-play drive, they jammed it down their throat. Same thing they did against Arizona. I've told you this. The Eagles have the most complete offense with a cerebral quarterback who gets it. That's why they're winning. They're not making exceptional plays on offense. It's not a high explosive offense. But you know what they are doing? They got the best duos and wideouts. The tight end combined with that. The back's the 4th best back in the game. And you got a quarterback, and you got the best O-line in football. There's no team in the NFL that has all those dynamics. All under one umbrella. Nobody. The Bucs O-line's in shambles. Injuries at the wide receiver position. Tight end's not giving you nothing. The Rams O-line and running game is atrocious. Wide receivers in Green Bay and the O-line not stepping up. Look at what's going on in Kansas City. Juju Smith-Schuster? Really? That's who you're leaning on? This is an unselfish team. Yeah, because the quarterback is that way. Jeb says, I honestly don't think you believe half the shit you say. I do. Or I wouldn't say it. Dude, my number one objective here is not to try to piss you off and get under your skin. It's try to make you think a little. That's all it is. I swear on the cross, I do not come here going, hey, you think this topic could get everybody? That's not, dude, that's dopey stuff. That's contrived. That's not real. I have cliff notes. Things I think about. Write them down. There's no set order here. Well, let's go cookie cutter sports talk. Those guys are like dopey. Well, let's go to this section now. I don't do that, dude. Dominique goes, you don't keep the same energy when your guests come on. It's not true. I bring my guests on to get their opinions, not to argue with them. Why would they come on again? That's why I have 25-year relationships with people like Ice Cube and everyone. Or Jimmy Johnson or Tony Dungy. Yeah, that's it. Hey, coach, be prepared. I'm going to get in your ass at 4:30 Eastern. Be ready. I'm sure he'll be looking for the next text for me. Hey, do me a favor, Sills. Don't send it. What a dope. What a dope. Okay, so really, you guys would take – I love this, man. So you guys would take Jalen Hurts over Michael Vick in Vick's second year to start your football team. Poof. This is a hard conversation to have then. Hey, Jason, thank you, brother. It's cool. Sills, get Fourth and Yawn podcast on the show. I'll take a look at it. Thank you, Joshua. Lies. That's what you do. I do? I lie? Dude, you take a totally different position when they're guests. When I invite someone on my show, it's their opinion. I'm not getting in an argument with them. What a bunch of dummies. What a bunch of dummies, man. We'll take a look at week 7 here in a minute. The draft order. We got that here. Oh, and by the way, 45 minutes. Dude. So how are you paying for all these guys next year? How are you paying for all these? $51 million DBs, $25 million wide receivers, $45 million quarterback. Let me think. Is there a $45 million quarterback and a $25 million receiver on the same team? Hey, Tone, help me out on that. Okay? Help me out on that. Let me think. Find me a $50 million or $45 million wide receiver. Is Arizona the one? Is that it? Oh, I don't think Carr makes $45 million. No way. No way. No way does that guy make $45 million. He may. Tone's pretty smart, man. What is Derek Carr's base salary in 2022?
$19.87 million.
19.87.
Carr is set to earn 19.87.
What is DeAndre Hopkins' number? Oh, no. What is DeAndre Hopkins' salary 2022?
According to boardroom.tv.
What is DeAndre Hopkins' salary 2022? Tone, do me a favor. See if we can find that. What DeAndre Hopkins' base salary is for 2022. Because what's his name? It's 19. No, it's 13.9. It's 13.9. Kyler Murray makes 46. I'm still looking for a $45 million a year quarterback and a $25 million wide receiver on the same team. Hurts is on a rookie deal. You could start talking extension, though, on that deal this coming offseason. Yeah, Hopkins is 13.9. Show me a $25 million quarterback or a $25 million a year wideout and a $45 million a year quarterback. Doesn't exist. Maybe Amari Cooper in Cleveland with Deshaun Watson. Watson gets 46. Maybe that, I think Cleveland, if I'm not mistaken. Hopkins' base is 4.4 and average salary is 27.2. His base is 4.4. Tell you what, let's see here. It's got to be, it's Arizona. It's Arizona. It's Arizona. Yeah, it's Arizona. And by the way, you saw his importance on the field last night, did you not? He's the only adult in that building. Man, a lot of money being paid out in the offseason. Howie's got a lot of moves. Oh, and by the way, so because I'm going to ask Philly 500 this. Hey, Tone, are you sold that Jalen Hurts is the next guy for the next 7 years? Are you sold after 6 ball games? By the way, not really 6. He's won 11 of 12. Sour grapes? Steve, I picked you to play the Bills and lose in the Super Bowl in March. You can't say that to me. Tone, are you sold? He's your guy for the next 7 years. I love him to death, but I want this year to play out. Jesus. Excuse me. You have to excuse me, Tone. Common sense here doesn't reside on the Sileo show. He's trending in that direction, though. I love him. You don't have to quantify it, dude. It's well said. Don't say that too loud because people around here get their panties in a bind. So then, Tone, if you're Howie, you wouldn't make this move here for Brian Burns and surrender the 32nd pick. It's almost a second-round pick. The 32nd pick for a proven edge rusher who's 24 years old and 6'5". He's 6'5", 250, and productive. And you put him on the other side of Reddick, may actually even keep Reddick more consistent. Dude, I think this is the move. I'd give you the third. And get this. That's if they're sold on Jalen. If they're not, they'll want the 2 picks moving into next year's draft. Dude, Brian Burns, 24 years old, 6'5", 250. Florida State, 8 sacks, 9 sacks, 9 sacks. He's on 4 right now in 6 games. He's a good football player. This guy's productive. I'll tell you what. This guy is as productive as Jadeveon Clowney was in the early part of his career, too. But you don't have to pay $25 million. The asking price on what Jadeveon Clowney was asking for. Remember, he wanted 18 to 20 million. You don't have to do that here. This guy's more productive or as productive as Clowney. 32nd pick for an edge rusher that's a premium spot in today's NFL. Corner, pass rusher, left tackle, quarterback, and wideout. Those are your money positions in today's NFL. Those are your money positions. Look at what the Eagles are doing. You're paying $30 million for 2 DTs. Why? Because Fletcher was a good dude? Shit. I hope people think of me like that at the end of my career. Hey, here's $14 million. You're such a good dude. You're Casper the Ghost sometimes. You produce nothing but, hey, shit, man, you helped us win in 2017. 6 years ago. Hey, here's $14 million. Well, that's awful nice of you. Jesus Christ. Right? I feel like the fans are acting like $45 million a year dollars is chump change. We better damn sure that Hurts is the guy. If we lock him up long term and we're wrong, we're screwed. Oh my God. If you're wrong on Hurts, you will have the Joe Flacco Chernobyl syndrome in Philly. Remember when they paid Flacco the money after the Super Bowl? They had to rip that team apart in Baltimore. Joe Flacco was the last guy standing. Anquan Bolden gone. Ed Reed gone. Bryant McKinney gone. They had to start jettisoning those guys. Plus, they were getting older. Then they had Ozzie Newsome's final parting gift, which is always awesome because he's the best general manager in like decades as a former player. He gets the golden nugget and says, what is that that idiotic Hall of Famer Bill Polian say? If Lamar Jackson wants to play in today's NFL, he should play wide receiver. Dude, don't let me call you what I want to call you. Nobody was asking Tim Tebow to change positions when he came out of college. You don't ask a black player to change positions who's a quarterback. It's insulting and it's racist. It's insulting and it's racist. Hey, you might want to play another position. Why? Because I'm black? You don't ask white guys to do that. No quarterback gets asked this. Hey, you think you want to turn into a tight end? Hey, Joe Burrow, you want to be a tight end? I don't know if you're going to make it. You know, they had a lot of great players at LSU. It's insulting. That's why Lamar didn't run at the combines. He runs a 4.3. And if you didn't know that by now, then you know what? That's on you. He didn't run at the combines because of that. Not running at the combines. Okay? Lamar Jackson. Okay? Don't ask that. Don't ever ask that. Look at Dominique. The ass pipe he is. Right? Unbelievable. I am going to suggest a trade to my boy Philly 500. And I'm going to ask him if he'd be interested in this. And by the way, it also will tell us a little bit about Howie Roseman and whether or not he truly believes in Jalen Hurts. Let's bring our friend in, Philly 500. Brother, you're 6-0.
I am 6-0, baby. 6-0. How about that?
How you feeling about it?
I feel great.
Do you think you're the best team in the NFL?
No,
best
I think we're the best.
Doesn't mean you're the best team, but do you feel it?
It's hard to say the NFL because I look at that AFC and I think they're pretty damn good. Like, I'm not sure, against Buffalo, Kansas City, those teams. But I'm sure we're the best team in the conference in the NFC, meaning we only have to play one of those teams if we meet them in the playoffs. We're in the Super Bowl.
Aren't you concerned about the 49ers now?
No. Listen, I
So wait a minute. Christian McCaffrey, Kittle, Deebo Samuel, great O-line, defense that could be as good or better. They've won a ton of games the last couple of years. I mean, no, nothing.
I think I'll say this, and I said this in a video last night. I think that with McCaffrey, the acquisition of him, getting him with Shanahan and the way he uses running backs, if he stays healthy, I think they very well could be the toughest team in the conference that we're going to face or would face. I think they could be our number one competitors because they do got a lot of talent. There's no question about it. There's talent across the board with that team. So if they can stay healthy, I would say they may be because I don't think much of the Rams. I don't think much of the Bucks. I don't think much of Green Bay at this point. I think we've already beat Minnesota. And then, the Giants, I think they're a scrappy good team, but I don't think they're ready. So I would say the 49ers, if healthy, they could be the number one threat in the conference.
Those two teams, I think, are going to fight it out for home field advantage. And right now, obviously, the Eagles have a 2-game lead in that. And I agree. I think those two teams are going to meet probably at the link for the NFC Championship. Okay, I threw that out there earlier. Yeah. I want to throw this at you now.
Okay.
Wait, okay, well, I think first I have to ask it this way.
Okay.
So if you're sitting here now at 6-0, and by the way, it's not just 6-0, it's 11 of the last 12 that Jalen Hurts has won regular season games. And Shane Steichen, since he's been the offensive play caller, how about this, Philly? Shane Steichen's 15-4 since that 2-5 start as the play caller. Are you sold Jalen's your guy moving forward for the next 7 years?
I'm 80% there. I said all along I wanted to see 10 weeks of the regular season.
Okay.
So we haven't gotten there yet. But I think it's going to be. Big time trending there. And if you were to tell me, if you're saying that to say that, would you do something with one of those picks or your first round pick?
Yeah,
I would take a chance.
How about this? Here it is.
I'd take a chance.
Brian Burns, 6'5", 250. He's 24. Listen to the production here, Philly. 8 sacks, 9 sacks, 9 sacks. Currently, right now, he's got 4, and he's on pace for 13 sacks. He's 24. Would you take that 32nd pick? And that's where you are in the draft order right now, obviously. The number 4 pick, you're not going to really do anything there until probably the April draft there. I don't think there's anything out there that you're just going to go, here's the 4th pick. That's not going to work. But that 32nd pick, would you gamble and go get that kid from Carolina?
Right away. I'll even drive him to the airport. I'm on my way right now because I would drive him to the airport. Absolutely. I think the Eagles could definitely use another pass rusher. And like you said, he's 24. What I really like about him is that you're not just bringing him in for 1 year. This isn't just a 1 year, come in, let's see what we can do. You bring him in for the long haul. You're going to lose Brandon Graham next year, possibly. Fletcher Cox, possibly. You're going to lose Derek Barnett, even though nobody cares about Derek Barnett. So you need another pass rusher, maybe 2.
You lead me right into the next topics here. Let me throw this at you here. I wrote down 14 free agents. And in my book, I got down at least 12 of these guys will not be on the ball club next year, which means it's going to be a new-looking Philadelphia Eagle team next year because of many of these guys on 1-year deals, Philly, and impending free agency. Gardner Minshew's gone. He's not going to stay here. He's just not. That's why I say the Eagles are probably in the rounds 3, 4, and 5. You're probably going to draft a quarterback in there and look for a quality kid there. So you'll go into a draft to get a kid on a rookie deal. This guy makes $2.5 million. He makes $1 million more than Jalen. You save money there. Miles Sanders, has he changed the room at all for you that you bring him back? He's on pace for 1,400 yards. Are you going to let a 1,400-yard back walk out the building?
Yes, they're going to let him walk out the building. I think the way the league looks at running backs nowadays, you're not going to pay a running back that kind of money. You're just not. So I think he's going to go. He's going to have a great year. He's going to go somewhere else. But you could get a running back in the 2nd round, 3rd round. They can find somebody to replace him.
I agree. Isaac Seumalo, your starting right guard. Do you let him walk out the building? Knowing this, Philly, this is probably the worst year I've ever seen in offensive line play. Knowing that these guys are going to all be highly sought after when they walk out of the building at the end of the year. Do you let Seumalo walk out? Yeah,
I let him walk. I think I like Seumalo. I like him in the run game. I think that you can replace him though. You can't keep everybody. I think that they could draft somebody. I trust Stoutland to get somebody and find a way to develop them. So I would let Seumalo go.
James Bradbury.
He has to come back.
Hang on now. Hang on.
Yeah.
Here's the franchise tag, which means this is market value. You're going to pay him $17.2 million?
Franchise tag him.
You're gonna franchise him still at 17.2.
I would do it.
Okay. I want you to remember you said that because we're going to continue here.
Okay.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is a free agent. Are you signing him or not?
Yes.
There's another 17.2.
Wait. I got to franchise both of them?
No. You got to pay him.
He's 17.2 and then
well, don't you think he's going to be, if he went on the open market right now, that guy would get market value as a salary contract offer? I mean, hey, you got to. You don't think that guy would? I think that guy is more apt to get 17.2 than what James Bradbury would get.
Well, you're paying. What's this? Well, he's a safety. You're paying him as a safety, right? So safety gets paid less.
He's a corner though too.
See, well, that's going to be interesting because the Eagles are going to want to pay him as a safety. And he's going to want corner money. So you may have an issue
he wants
there.
Because he'll go on the open market knowing he'll get more money as a corner.
He might, yeah.
So then here, do you have any idea? Because I don't. Is Slay a $17 million guy?
Yeah.
Okay. You got $54 million lined up and 3 dudes in your secondary. You're comfortable with that?
For 1 year, I would do it.
Now look, I'll tell you where you're getting the money from. You're obviously dumping Hargrave, and you're dumping Fletcher, there's $30 million right there. So you kind of just moving money on the defense around, right?
Yeah.
So we're in agreement then that Fletcher, because I think the secondary has been the star of the defense this year.
It is, yeah.
Do you agree?
I agree, 100%.
Do you also agree then that Hargrave and Fletcher are gone?
Yeah. I think there's a good chance that that's going to happen. I think at least Fletcher's gone, for sure. I really believe he's gone. I think Brandon Graham is probably gone too. So, yeah, I think there's a good chance they're both gone.
What about TJ Edwards?
I'd like to keep him. Yeah, I would keep him if I can.
So you're going to pay him $10 million?
What are my other choices? Let him walk and then pay who?
Well, what about Kobe Dean? When's this kid playing?
Well, well, I'm assuming Kobe Dean comes in for Kaiser White, right? You still have Kaiser White, who's a free agent
White's
also.
A free agent too.
Yeah, I'd let Kaiser White go, and I'd keep Edwards at this point.
Okay, so White you would let go and keep Edwards, and then Nakobe takes over for Kaiser.
Yeah, that's how I would do it.
Andre Dillard.
Gone.
Okay. Boston Scott.
Gone.
Zach Pascal. $1.5 million.
Well, for 1.5, if I can get him for the price I'm getting him now, I keep him.
Yeah, I keep him. Marcus Epps.
To be determined. I'm not sure yet.
A lot of new faces. Don't you agree that Howie's got, I mean, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, a lot of new faces.
Hey, Philly, it's one thing to sit here and say that they've got a Super Bowl window.
Right.
You got a Super Bowl window if things fall right here, because there's going to be a lot of guys that want to get paid. James Bradbury was insulted by the Giants offer. He's not going to get insulted again by it.
Yeah. I mean, you're telling me, if you're asking me, would I bring Bradbury? I would bring Bradbury back. I think you got to try.
But the
reality of the situation is, I don't know that can happen, because he's playing at a Pro Bowl level right now. So he's going to want to get paid. So you might be right. The only way to deal with him may be to franchise him. That I don't know the Eagles are going to do that. So he may end up walking. What I would like to see happen is if you could keep Bradbury one more year and then draft a corner early, like in the first round, and then let that corner learn behind Slay and Bradbury for 1 year. Something to that effect. But, it's going to be hard to keep all those guys. It definitely is. But, I look at Bradbury. Bradbury, Slay, and Maddox. That secondary is lights out. Lights out.
There's the reason that they're playing well, and the reason that they're really changing the game is because of the way the secondary is playing. And this is another reason why I'm sitting here and, I look at their pass rush outside of the Washington game. They're on pace for 33 sacks. They had 29 last year. Philly, they're not getting massive production on that pass rush. You think Howie does make a move, whether it's Burns or not? You think he makes a move at that position, or do you think November 1 he makes a move for another position?
I think there's two positions that he may make a move for. I think defensive line is one of them. I think they need to add another pass rusher. I definitely agree with you. And part of it is, in my opinion, is Jonathan Gannon. He's stubborn. He does not want to bring pressure. He does not blitz. He blitzed the Cowboys 3 times last week. So to me, that's part of the problem. But you also need to upgrade the spot. So I think that position is one position where they're going to definitely look to upgrade. I think the other one is safety. I think, we all saw what happened when Chauncey Gardner-Johnson came out of the game with Kevon Wallace. I think they have a depth problem at safety. You can't afford to lose one of those two guys. So I think they need to look for safety. I was kind of fascinated with Jabril Peppers right now, because Jabril Peppers is he's fourth on the depth chart in New England. He's not being paid a lot of money, and he can play special teams. You have a horrible return game. So maybe somebody like that is somebody that they could bring in. But those are the two positions I'm looking at.
Have you been pleasantly surprised by Sirianni, or did you see it right away, or has he kind of grown on you a little bit on how he's handled himself with this football team and how he's handled himself most notably with the front office and how he done it? It just seems that Frank Reich coached him well and told him what he needed to do to get that job and keep that job. I mean, I don't know. It just seems it's pretty impressive for me.
I liked him. I liked him last year when he kind of changed what they were doing offensively. He kind of won me over there, over then. And so far, for the most part, I like him. I do think, and my biggest issue with the Eagles right now is I think that they need to learn how to put teams away. Yes. Like, there's too many times that this team does not know how to put teams away. Like, I think maybe, and I'll ask you to use the play in the NFL. Like, I almost feel like it's a coaching situation. Like, the coach doesn't have a feel. Like, that Cowboy team was out. They went for it on 4th and inches, didn't get it, and they looked down, dejected. And he ran like 3 straight times and was perfectly content kicking a field goal when it was like, no, you got to go for the kill right now. And I think they have to learn how to put teams away. That's my biggest issue.
This is what they're doing, Philly. First, and I'll say this to you. Don't you feel that in all 6 games, they've been the alpha team?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, when you're Mike Tyson, act like it. And so the problem that he does, they get a lead, and then what he'll do is he'll go into that soft shell zone, and he'll allow the zones to open up, and dummies like Cooper Rush, dummies, interns, substitute teachers, like Cooper Rush will bring you back into a game where you're 2017. Then you've got to go on a 13-play drive like you did in the last 2 previous games to close them out. That's going to haunt you when you play a really good quarterback like a Josh Allen. Say you do get to the Super Bowl, or Patrick Mahomes, that's going to come back to bite you because, dude, when you have a guy on the ropes, you're not looking to knock him out. You're looking to kill him. I want him out of there. Out. I agree.
And if you look at every game, I mean, you look at the Detroit, Washington, even the Jaguars after falling down 14-0, we took command and control of that game and we let them back in. We let these teams come back in, and one day it's going to bite us. That is my biggest issue I have with the coaching staff right now, because I feel like it's them. I feel like they don't know when to go for the kill. They don't know how to finish a team. I really feel like that.
Finally here. I got a problem with Happy Meal Davis, Big Mac Davis. Dude.
Oh, my man, Jordan Davis, really? Okay.
Yeah. Mr. Happy Meal, man. I mean, this guy, when he's in the game, hey, Philly, when he's in the game, they're a force on the run.
Yeah.
And when they take him out, it better not be how he's playing the guy that makes the money. And that's why, and I know the rule. Here's the rule in the NFL. If you're paying him, you're playing him. And I get it.
Right.
And that's the rule. And it's the rule that's always been there for 100 years. So I understand it. But you're hurting the team when you don't have Big Mac in there and him stopping the run. I mean, do you think they're handling Jordan Davis right? Because I hope, hey, Philly, I hope it's not because he's not in shape. It's 6 games, kid.
Yeah. Well, early in the Detroit game and those early games, like he'd have one play and they'd show him and he'd be like, he was sucking wind. But the last few games, he makes a play and then he runs the sideline and they show him and he's not winded. They just pulling him out. Like, I think he needs more snaps. Arguably, like, I would play him almost as much as Fletcher Cox, if not more. Like, I actually think he's gotten better each week, and what he does against the run. But I think he needs reps. So I don't think it's because of the shape or what shape is. I think it's because he's a rookie and they want to play those other guys.
Got to get Big Mac Davis in there more.
I agree.
Guy in there, man. Hey, what's this after a hard 22 plays, man? Yeah, 2 Happy Meals, quarter pounder. Give Big Mac Davis.
Hey, he's starting to make plays though.
Dude, I think he's good. I think he's good. Hey, Philly, I'm making fun, but I think he's good.
Yeah, I think he's good too. And we ain't scared of the 49ers. Let me tell you, Jimmy Garoppolo, we ain't worried about the 49ers. You know what I'm saying?
Look out for the Niners and Garoppolo. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, well, wait. Let me do this to you here. Hold on for a second. What's Jalen done that Jimmy Garoppolo hasn't 3 times or more?
Well, I mean, Jimmy's been playing longer too, right?
41-17.
I know, and yet
he's
he's
been to 2
3-3
NFC Championship games, and he's won one.
I know, it's great, but
he beat.
Well, give my boy time. Give my boy time. Give him time. This. Give him time. Let's see this thing finish. All I know is this: Jimmy Garoppolo. They didn't beat Chicago. Well, Trey Lance was playing, right? I mean, if they thought he was so great, why did they give up all those picks for Trey Lance? You know,
well, I'll tell you what, they were a little shaky in trying to get rid of him, though, don't you think?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, I think Garoppolo could win with a good roster. I think they have a good roster, but I think the Eagles have one too. And I think that with Jalen, they're better. But the thing with Jalen is yeah, of course we know where he needs to improve and things like that. But I got to tell you, we talked about blowing the leads the last few weeks, and it comes to a situation where you're in the fourth quarter, you need a big drive to go win it. He's put it together. Yeah. He's done what he's had to do. So I give him credit in that regard. But the truth is, schedule is weak, man. I mean, who are they really going to play that's really going to test them?
I don't even think Green Bay. I don't even think Green Bay anymore.
No, they got Pittsburgh, Houston, Washington, and Indianapolis. Their next 4 games. They're going to win all those games. Yeah, they'll be 10-0. So that's 10-0.
Philly. The only way they lose a game is because they have injuries that one particular week where a guy can't play and something like that happens because I don't see it. They'll be favored in every football game this year, right?
Yeah, I agree. And see, I think the Niners know. And I think the Niners looked at the NFC conference and they said, this is the conference is open. We're not that far off. And I think that Howie's going to think the same way. I think the Eagles have to think the same way. We're going to probably be 10-0 with chance of number 1 seed. We've got to do something right now to take a shot. I think they got to make a move and try to get better. I do.
You think that was a big win over Dallas?
Huge. It was a monstrous win.
Why?
Because Dallas had beaten us the last few years. You hear about this thing where the Cowboy players came up to Sirianni, said that you're not even your team's not even the same league, right? It's Dallas. They were the division winners. They're supposed to be the team, and to beat them the way you did when you're 5-0 on Sunday Night Football, I thought it was as big of a game as you can get in October. So yeah, I think it's another step in the right direction.
Dude, you're awesome, man. I mean, I agree. Awesome. Pittsburgh Steelers on the flip side. I don't see this team. Oh, right. You don't buy the Giants. I don't.
I don't think the Giants are. Yeah, they're scrappy. And if you look at all the games they've won, they've been trailing at halftime, and then they kind of sneak back in it. So I think they're scrappy. I think they're well coached, but I don't think they're a true threat. I definitely don't. And hopefully New Orleans keeps losing, because can you imagine this team being the number 1 seed in the playoffs and then getting a top 5 pick?
Top 5.
It's ridiculous.
Right now you're 4. Yeah. What if they're 2?
then you trade. Then I'm assuming hopefully you keep Hurts, and somebody's going to want to trade up and give you lots of picks for a quarterback. So we'll see.
No doubt, man. Brother, have a great weekend, man. I appreciate you coming aboard. Don't forget to check out Philly 500's podcast. It is absolutely outstanding. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my man.
You got it, man. Even he has a little bit of – he wants to wait 10 weeks to see Jalen. I like it. You want to see – what you don't want is have a Carson Wentz repeat. You want to make sure, because, dude, when you go wrong at that position of quarterback, it's like an anchor around your franchise for the next 10 years. You don't want to be wrong with that pick. Hit the like button. We'll respond. Week 7, I got all my predictions. So much more to hit on. I want to talk about the NFL draft, too, and where the Eagles are in that draft. So much more to go. Appreciate you coming aboard here on a Football Friday. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean.
Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Jeff D'Ambrosio, Destination Downingtown's 5-day used car super sale. Jeff puts an end to high prices now. 5 days of the best car, truck, and SUV deals ever. Over 1,000 vehicles, every make and model. Stop overpaying. See Jeff today and get a quality car, truck, or SUV now. The 5-day used car super sale. Experience how easy it is to deal at Jeff's. Nobody treats you better. Nobody gives you more. Jeff D'Ambrosio, Destination Downingtown. GoJeffAuto.com.
Score and save this football season on your car insurance. Before the next game, save up to 40% on your auto insurance policy. That's right, 40% savings. Call an audible this season and contact the Del Val Insurance Group. They're an advocate for you, not an insurance company. That means they'll get you the right coverage and save you up to 40%. Call managing partners Fran or Jim of Del Val Insurance, 215-354-0122, or score and save at dvigi.com. dvigi.com.
Hi everybody, my name's Jason Lombardi. I'm an inspector at DryTech. At DryTech we offer 3 major services, the first one being basement waterproofing. The second service we offer is foundation and structural repairs. And then the third service that we offer is mold remediation. If you feel you are having a waterproofing issue, give DryTech a call or check us out online.
Over the last 17 years, we've built a reputation of growing award-winning teams across the country. Staffing is not easy, but that's what we do every day, all day. The key to our success is storytelling, asking the right questions to find the right people. Hi, I'm Gary Kane, president of Kane Partners. We want to be your staffing partner.
National Football Show, hour 3 coming up right around the corner. Look at the way Sills when it comes to Hurts' contract. Would you marry a chick after only 6 dates? Oh, Tone. Absolutely not. I wouldn't marry a chick after dating her for 6 years till I knew I was right. But you got a bunch of guys, man. Hey, I'll marry her. How many times you date her? 6. Better get that prenup ready, dog. That's what happened. Hey, by the way, I hate to say this to you, but you guys are pretty lucky you got out of that prenup with Wentz. Yeah, man. That was a pretty tough prenup. Married her right away. Took you to the cleaners, didn't she? Jesus criminy. She took you so bad to the cleaners, you won 4 games. Wow, man. Talk about ending it. Damn, huh, Tone? Look at what Wentz did to the Philly faithful, man. Yeah. Got that prenup going. You guys wanted to give it to her. Carson signed that prenup. I'll sign a prenup. It's okay, Carson. You were 11-2. MVP. I know you didn't finish it and Nikki came in, but here, no prenup. Don't worry about it. We don't need a prenup. Okay. Wentz almost took the house and the kids. He took the boats and the rental home, and he took the house up in Tahoe. The house in Tahoe down in the Keys, all gone. Damn, he almost got the dog. Dude, man, Carson Wentz almost took the dog from you. Woo! No prenup, Carson. We didn't need any. We loved you. Here's the contract. Just sign here. No prenup? Hell no. I only needed 6 dates or 13 dates, actually, to see it. No prenup? No. Kidding me? We don't sign prenups in Philly. We trust you. Oh, like Ben Simmons and okay. Yeah. And no, I know why you're angry most of the time at some of these guys, because you put your trust in them, and then when they take a shit like that, then you go after them. I get it now. That's the Philly way. Don't let us have to come back after you. Nicky Scarfo, how you doing? You know what I'm saying here? You see that hole? By the way, you got about 5 minutes to get in that hole. What do you do for a living? I cancel policies. What do you mean you cancel policies? Yeah, you know, South Philly. Yeah, you know, I mean, that's the Philly way. I see it now. Go ahead. Don't worry about it. No prenup or nothing. Okay. Don't shit the bed. Okay? Because we will come after you. That's why you get destroyed at the Wells Fargo or over at the link. Hey, you better not, man. That's the Philly. Hey, Sills, you know the Philly way? We'll give you what you want. Don't let me come looking for you, though, because now you can't leave. Sills, I believe we said not to pay Hurts until after the season. We agreed with that, to be on the record. Oh. So then you're not going to trade the 32nd pick, so you're not sold on him now. GT, thanks. Hurts is getting his payday. However, the trend is your friend, Big Sills. Merlanos run Philly. I know who they are. Okay? Nick's no longer with us. I get it. I know who runs Philly. Hey. Thank you, Dolphin. I know. Not that I know them, but I know people who know them, who know some of them. You know them guys. You know, you told him, and he knows him, and he knows them, and they know that guy. And I told the other guy 2 days ago about the guy in Philly. He says, yeah, it's that guy. And I went, what guy? The guy, you know the guy who knows the other guy. That's the Italian way. Who the hell are you talking? The guy. You know the guy. The guy who knows the guy, who told the guy 3 days ago about the guy in South Philly, who also happens to know the guy in Patterson, New Jersey. You know the guy. Jesus Christ, and he goes across the bridge every day and complains about paying $5. You know that. Oh, that guy. Yeah. He's the guy that knows the guy over with the donut. Yes, that guy. You know, yay. Hangs out by the docks. That guy. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know him too. Right? Did you talk to the guy about the thing? What thing? Oh, yeah, that thing. Don't worry, he's taking care of that thing tonight. Honestly, Sills, if Hurts goes to the Super Bowl, he's got to get a Murray deal. I think you're right. If not, he'll get tagged. Hey, can you guys help me out on something? Tell him, when's the last time Homie used the franchise tag? Funny how. Hey, yo, Sills, I took care of the thing for you. Thank you very much, Andrew. Oh, see, Andrew, you got an O in your name. We must be related. You know, me, you, let's see, Patrizio, Sammy Sosa, Moses Malone, we're all related. We're all paisans. Remember that, Tone. Tone's got an E in his name. We're probably related. Hey, if you got a vowel in your name, as far as I'm concerned, you're Italian. Since the franchise tag was implemented, the Eagles have only used it on 5 players. This I did not know. Jeremiah Trotter in 02. Corey Simon, DT in 05. Tight end LJ Smith in 08. Michael Vick in 2011 and Deshaun in 2012. Wow, 5 times since Howie's been. Is that okay? Since the franchise tag was implemented. Wow. And Howie has been in the building since 2000, so he's been there for all of this. Okay? If they're going to franchise tag, they'll tag Hurts. Or one of those DBs. You might let Jalen play out his final year and give him a contract as he's in the middle of the season. You sign him to a contract. You just give him a deal. Hey, and by the way, you know how some of these guys, hey, Lamar, I give Lamar a lot. Lamar turned down a $265 million or no, $275 million contract. He went no. I'm like this, dude. That's the second time I've seen an athlete do that. Juan Soto turning down that $340 million contract that the Nationals offered him. Nah, that's all right. Dude, you got stones when you do that. Juan Soto turned down $340 million from the Nationals. And you're like this, what? And you know in baseball, that ain't phony money. Here's a brand new $340 million deal on the table. That's all right. We're going to roll. Oh, okay, well, we ain't got any more money. Dude, you have gigantic cannolis when you do something like that. My hand would be shaking. Turned down $285, turned down $340 million. Wow. I mean, Soto's great, but I mean, shit. Right? All right, hour 3, week 7 of the National Football League. Want to get your help on it? I'm going to look at the draft order and where the Eagles sit right now currently in the NFL 2023 draft. Also, why it's great right now for the bye instead of, say, week 10 for the bye for the Eagles. We'll do that. Hour 3, keep it here on the National Football Show.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Action News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community. A sports roundup for the locals. And the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Since 1977 at Rafferty Subaru, we have always been about our customers and the community. Early on, a safe and durable option, we've evolved to become the best overall brand according to Kelley Blue Book. Over the last 14 years, we've donated thousands of dollars through the Subaru Share the Love event and found homes for hundreds of pets. The Rafferty family is proud of our 45 years in business. This month, celebrate our anniversary with special financing on select models. Visit us and see why.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that.
Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. 1 free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of stateside vodka. So good, it just disappears.
Hour number 3, National Football Show with your boy Big Sills. Appreciate everybody coming aboard. Thank you so much. Please hit the like button. I'm going to say something here, and it's probably not going to go over well. Yeah, man, I'm really having a tough time with my marriage, and it's got some things working. Hey, Tom. Better start playing some ball, dog. I don't want to hear about your belly aching and your family issues. NFL locker room and a workplace is no place for that shit. Aren't you my friend? No. We're teammates first. We're not lovers. We're not best friends. We're teammates. And in everyone else's world, we're workmates. Over a time of winning, we start to form a relationship, but that relationship is built on winning. Trust. No one bringing their shit into the room. And that includes you. I don't care if you have 7 championship rings. The reason that you get a chance to holler at me once, because you have that. But don't think that's carte blanche, where you could start barking at me like that and disrespecting me in public, because I will jump up and get in your ass. Don't take it too far. Tom knows this, though. You can't go too far with some of these guys. Some of these guys, I'm going to tell you this, man. Some of these guys in these NFL locker rooms, don't push them too far, because they personally don't give a shit who you are. Okay? I'll give you an example. Let me give you a small example. So I'm in the Dallas Cowboy. We're in the team meeting room. Crawford Kerr. I don't know if you guys ever heard the name. I got Too Tall Jones on one side of me, and I've got Crawford Kerr on the other side of me. Crawford and I know each other because he played at Florida and he played in the NFL for like 11, 12 years. Me and him knew each other a long time. Like I said, I played college ball when I was at UM against him. I'm sitting in the middle of him, and this young kid comes up, and Crawford had a pen on the little desktop that we had there in the team meeting room in Dallas. They start doing this, and the kid starts messing around with his pencil. I said, this guy's going to get knocked the frig out. I mean, because these guys get touched off by the dumbest shit. I've seen people knocked out in locker rooms over nothing that you would think was important, but had a meaning to them. You got to be careful in them places, and you got to constantly have your ankle turned, because you may go at any moment. These guys are all great dudes. I love them to death. Don't insult anybody. Number one rule in NFL locker room, don't insult anybody. Everyone comes from different past, different backgrounds, different stories. Most of them are hard stories. Be careful. This guy's doing this. He got knocked the F out. I told you not to do that. You didn't want to hear me. You know, me, he could probably do that too, because, I mean, I'm a happy guy, and, I mean, unless you start going crazy on me, then I will knock you out. But not anymore. But back then I would. And now you can't do that to some of these guys. You can't. Too tall, 6'9", my friend. One of the great honors playing next to Too Tall Jones. One of the great honors. We're going to look at I want to look at the draft order currently and also to our week 7 picks. But yeah, Tom Brady, man, he got to start playing some ball, dog. You got to start playing some football, dude. Got to get to a point now, man. I mean, that crying and the belly aching about your girlfriend or wife or whatever it is. And by the way, do you ever think Jalen Hurts would ever act like Kyler Murray did last night, showing up your coach on the sideline? How many times has Sirianni got in Jalen Hurts' ass? Hey, and quite frankly, Kyler Murray ain't done shit compared to Jalen either. I look at Kyler Murray and go, hey, man, you made it to the playoff game? I get you turned that franchise around, but in theory, so did Jalen, didn't he? You know, if you're giving Kyler Murray all the love for turning the Arizona Cardinals around after the whole Josh Rosen pick, well, you've got to give Jalen some of that same love. You know the story that people aren't saying here? Jalen Hurts pulled you out of the Carson Wentz nightmare and the 4-win Eagles in such a rapid pace that you're now the best team in the conference 2 years removed from a 4-win team is unbelievable. How many times have we seen, guys, how many times have we seen that when you win look at Atlanta. They're starting to win now a little since their Super Bowl run. Shit, Carolina's still trying to come back from their Super Bowl run with Cam Newton. Look at all these teams. Look at the Rams. Hey, by the way, the Rams are in a complete nightmare situation. You're old, no assets to trade with. You have nothing to trade with except sending Aaron Donald somewhere. Cooper Kupp somewhere. What, you don't think Les Snead and Kevin Demoff haven't thought that? If you could trade Russell Wilson and Joe Montana, you could trade Aaron Donald. You're in a position where you have nothing. I can't tell you the next time the Rams have a first-round pick. I don't know. They've traded all of those guys away. Look at where they are. And you're wedged against the cap every year because of the money you've paid out to Ramsey, Donald, Stafford, and Kupp. The rest of the team, those guys are filler dudes. Kingsbury isn't going to make it in Arizona. I told you this, Greg. If I was him and one of these big-time college jobs like that Nebraska job, if I'm Cliff Kingsbury, I might want that job. I could make the same money, if not more, live in a tax-free state like Nebraska and get away from Kyler Murray. He's going to get you fired. Kyler Murray's going to get you fired because he's a baby and he deflects blame. That guy gets coaches fired. That's a guy you don't want to be around. Jalen's not going to come to the sideline going, you mother, calm the F down, calm down. Who talks like that to their coach? You know what? If I had an ass with my coach, I'm going to go in privately where there's no lights on, and I'm going to have a conversation with him. I'm not going to do it on national TV where people can see that and play video clips of it for the next 10 years about my immaturity. Now you see why they put a romper room clause in his contract. I told you this, man. I was kind of making fun of him going into last night's game, but there's no doubt there's kindergarten clauses in his contract. Hey, man, you got to put all the toys away when you're done. You got to make sure you put your paints away. You got to make sure you put your pencils and your protractors in your desk. Hey, and by the way, if you can't, you're detention. And you have study hall 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And if you need time off, you have to have a written permission. Hey, Kyler Murray's contract reads like a rule list that your kindergarten teacher gave you. It's nothing to do with incentives. If you throw for 4,000 yards, you get $2 million. And his is this: if you don't put your paints away, you get fined. What kind of contract is that? It's a contract for a baby. You just absolutely look at that guy and go, that guy's not a winner. That guy's a loser. I mean, I started laughing. I was going, no man should ever act like that, man. If you got a problem with somebody, talk to him privately. Dude, don't do that shit to me out there like that. You have me, and I get what he was, you know what he was complaining about? How's DeAndre Hopkins on the sidelines there, and you have me throw into a guy who's the 13 wide receiver down in the red zone? I get it. They didn't get to play in on time, too. The whole thing was a shit show. I get it. DeAndre Hopkins is you're in the red zone and Hopkins is not on the field. I would have an ass with that, too. Why is he not out there? Yeah, wait a minute. Now, page 6, Washington Middle School, 8:05. Here's his schedule. Kyler Murray's daily over there in Arizona. 8:05, we have study hall. 8:15, I've got studying on my offensive game plan. 8:25, we have to have a nap. You know, I have to make all these things happen here or I don't get my incentives. 8:35, we have paint time. You should see this. It's wonderful. I get to finger paint. Got to put my paints away, though, and I've got to be clean. And then we have practice. We get to go out in the schoolyard and play for about 2 hours. Then I got to study, though. It's always a pain in the ass. Then I get to go home. Then we sing. Seriously, man, I thought this guy was going to start moaning and crying there on the sidelines. Question, Sills, what's your honest evaluation of Hurts in his career and his development as a quarterback? Tone. I think it's been remarkable. I'm like everyone else. Never saw it. Hey, and Tone, I love all these revisionists of history. I'd like to go back 2 years. That pick blows. A second rounder for Hurts, it blows, and you know it. 95% of the people in Philadelphia hated the pick. Now, all of a sudden, 95% of the people love the pick. It's okay. I understand that. You don't want to admit that you were wrong. I'm okay with admitting I'm wrong. I'm not wrong yet, though. We'll see. I don't really think they've played anybody. However, they are 11-1 in the last 12 regular season games. There's a string of games we're now seeing where he's winning consecutively now and being a good player here and thinking his way around a football field. I don't know. People lie about it. When he was drafted, everyone ripped their hair out. It's fine, though. I get it. By the way, Tone, I'll say this about a quarterback that years ago people wouldn't say this. The first place I start with Jalen Hurts is how smart he is. He is brilliant. His 155 yards, Tone, against the Cowboys felt like 300 yards. They were meaningful. They moved the chains. The way he thinks himself around the football field, how smart he is. Every single game he's played this year has been a separate chapter in this 17-chapter book that he's writing this year. They've all been different. Okay? It's not a super explosive. Where he's explosive is 3rd and 8, and he breaks down the edges. What they're doing, Tone, with that offense, they're playing low percentage turnover offense. They don't really chuck the ball down the field plus 25. That's okay. Who made a career out of that? Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't a plus 25 chuck down the field guy. Josh Allen's going to have 10 times more turnovers and 10 times more quarterback passes in the air than Jalen ever will in a season. But you know what his turnover differential will be? Better. He may have 23 touchdown passes, something like that, in a year. But he's going to have like 6 picks and 4. He's going to have like something that looks like Rodgers because he just doesn't turn the ball over. He doesn't. And he doesn't play schoolyard football. There's a little bit of schoolyard football in how Lamar plays and how Kyler plays. And you got to go here also. Hey, Tone, Shane Steichen, he's 15-4 since he's taken over the play calling duties. He'll never be Mahomes or Allen, but if you had to put a ceiling on his passing potential, what do you see him coming in at? Here, I think a Jalen Hurts year is going to be 3,600, 3,700 yards, 22 touchdowns, low picks, 400 or 500 yards rushing. And those are going to be, but watch this. I know some of you are going to go like this. You don't think he's a 4,000-yard passer? What is 4,000 yards got Kirk Cousins? I just got through telling you. His 155 that I saw on Sunday felt like 300. Hurts' 3,700 passing yards are going to be more productive than Cousins' 4,200, 4,300. Because most of the time, you have those big numbers, you're playing from behind anyway. Look at Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert's got 10,000 passing yards in 2 years. Kid needs to win more. They're winning some this year. Okay? Kyler Murray eats the Play-Doh. Yeah, and the silly putty. It's my silly putty. He's such a loser. Our bet was he would be a 4,000-yard passer. Never. So, and Tone, the reason I say that, he's on pace for 17 touchdown passes now. How many quarterbacks have you ever seen in pro football history with 4,000 passing yards and under 20 touchdown passes? Seriously. How many? By the way, Quez Watkins has 6 touches or 6 receptions, whatever you want to say. I'll take 22 touchdowns, low picks, along with multiple. Yeah, that's what he's going to be, 215. That's what he's going to be. 7, 8 touchdown rushes. He's going to be somewhere there. It's going to be highly productive in winning. And Tone says, for the record, I've never seen that. Well, that's what he's on pace for now. And again, I know everyone goes, well, how about the rushing? That's not what I'm saying here. The Eagles don't get a lot of production when it comes to points scored, and that's why they don't have a lot of points in the second half either. The reason that they don't really have a lot of points in the second half, they don't throw the ball in the end zone. We threw 2 touchdown passes in the Cowboy game. Yeah, and you still have 6. You still have 6 in 6 games. The guy in Buffalo has 20 touchdown passes already. But he has more turnovers. It's a high turnover offense. No risk it, no biscuit. No risk it, no biscuit. Lamar's averaging 2250. Yeah, he's missed some time, though, too. Yeah, but Razor, he's also won 75% of his ball games, and he was a unanimous MVP and led the NFL in passing touchdowns at 22. I don't know. Jalen has done nothing like that. I mean, he doesn't lose ball games. They're not playing as good as I thought they would this year, though. I think their defense is letting up in Baltimore. I'm going to get to those picks. Oh, I want to get to the draft order. Let me go to this now. It's the Eagle draft order here, and this is the draft order currently with the teams in the position that they're in. Obviously fluctuating each and every single week because, you know, where you're going to finish, best record. It goes by best record, playoffs, okay? Do you want me to start from 1 and go down to 32 or 32 up? Where do you want me to start? You want me to start from the bottom or the top? Because I think it's pretty interesting here. Let's start from the top here. The team currently that would get the number 1 overall pick would be the Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers. Okay? They need picks for this new coaching staff going in there. Philly 500, thanks again. Hey, man, you're absolutely always welcome here, man. You're absolutely awesome. The Raiders are second. The Raiders don't need a quarterback. They'll take Will Anderson. Will Anderson right now is in the 2-hole with the Raiders. Okay? They're going to take Will. He's the best non-quarterback player. He's actually the best player in the draft. Detroit needs a quarterback. Will Grier, CJ Stroud. They're going to take a quarterback and move off Goff. Goff's actually not playing that bad, even though their record's not indicating it. They're not taking a quarterback, the Raiders. Okay? Raiders may trade that pick, GT. They may trade that pick. Could you see Philly moving into that 2-hole? Trading the number 4? Getting into the number 2 spot? Or could you see Philly moving down, getting multiple first-round draft choices at that 4-hole? If Will Anderson's not there, I might move down too. I might move down. Move down, get another first-round pick next year and the year after. Yeah, I might do that. Can you imagine having like 2 first-round picks for the next like 4 or 5 years? Shit, you'll be a dynamite. Greasy Flight, love this show. Sills, love the mix of past and present. Cheers from Canada. One of the best places I've ever been to, man. Hear me think. Canada, Greasy. Big Sills played in the CFL for a year. I played a championship game, actually, at the Olympic Stadium. Played at Olympic Stadium. Been to Montreal, been to Vancouver, been to Toronto. Unbelievable cities. Unbelievable cities. Thank you very much, Greasy. Really great place, man. I love going up there. All I know is this, Chez Paris. It's all I'll say. No more. Montreal, spectacular city. Great food. Would you move down at 4 right now? Houston's 5. Houston 6. Cleveland has to give Houston their pick. Look at Houston. Would you make a deal with Houston? They got the next 2 picks right after you. 5 and 6. Number 7, Denver had to give that pick up to Seattle. They're going to take a quarterback. 8 is Pittsburgh. 9 is Jacksonville. Chicago's 10. Washington's 11. They're going to get a quarterback. Arizona's 12. Seattle 14. Cincy 15. New England 16. How about this one? Miami has to forfeit their pick because their owner is an ass bag. And the way he did all that stuff with Brian Flores and Tom Brady and all that. They have to forfeit the 17th pick in the draft. 18, Green Bay. 19, Tampa. 20, San Francisco. 2, Miami. Trey Lance strikes again. 21, Baltimore. 22, the Rams have to give their first-round pick to Detroit for Stafford. That's part of the Stafford stuff. 23 is Indy. 24 is Tennessee. 25, the Chargers. 26, the Jets. 20 is the Cowboys. 28 is the Gigantes. 29 is the Chiefs. Minnesota's 30. Buffalo 31. And your Philadelphia Eagles round out the top of the first round with the 32nd pick. I'm sorry, Brian Burns, I'm giving you that pick because I could turn that number 4 pick into 2 picks if I had to. If Will Anderson's not there at 4, I'm going to trade down a couple spots, maybe with Seattle or Houston. Get another first rounder. Maybe get a second rounder. Second, first rounder? Why? You got your quarterback in the second round. Why not do that? Okay. Maniac Sills said Sills was arrested in Nova Scotia for laundering smoked salmon and other things. I don't smoke anything, dog, except my Coronas. Thank you, Maniac. I try to get close. Hey, it may not be a bullseye, but at least I'm on the board. And Miami Dolphins had to forfeit their pick because their owner's such a loser. He is, man. Prediction time. Hit the like button. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
At Pond Lehocky, we've recovered billions of dollars for our clients, and we're confident we can do the same for you. With over 250 years of combined courtroom experience, we've helped over 100,000 injured clients obtain some of the largest settlements in Pennsylvania. One conversation is all it takes to help you and your family get back on track. If you've been injured in an accident, give Pond Lehocky a call.
Go to get your game on. Go for the beers. Go for the cheers. Go for the hit and the hits. Go for the stakes and the stakes. Go to get your parlay on. Go to get your party on. Go for the scene. Go for the screens. Go for the gallery. Go for the win. Go to Ocean. Visit theoceanac.com to plan your visit.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction. Go with trust.
Go Birds!
And go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
Welcome to Pond Lehocky. We've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits, as well as some of the biggest settlements in the state. If you've been injured at work, give Pond Lehocky a call.
Score and save in southeastern PA and Delaware with Colony Pools this football season, and let the experts close your pool with a custom Merlin safety cover in green for the birds. And if you join our Winter Watch team, we'll give you another 20% off, and Colony Pools will handle it all. Keep your tiles on your pool, not in your pool. Fly with Colony right now, Birds fans. Visit flywithcolony.com.
Jeff D'Ambrosio, Destination Downingtown's 5-day used car super sale. Jeff puts an end to high prices now. 5 days of the best car, truck, and SUV deals ever. Over 1,000 vehicles, every make and model. Stop overpaying. See Jeff today and get a quality car, truck, or SUV now. The 5-day used car super sale. Experience how easy it is to deal at Jeff's. Nobody treats you better. Nobody gives you more. Jeff D'Ambrosio, Destination Downingtown. GoJeffAuto.com.
Got a new boy on the block. The San Francisco 49ers. Whoa! McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle. The O-line, the defense, Garoppolo. Dude, man, whoa. What are you going to do, Philly? Guys already beat you once. They just got better, too. Man. Yeah, okay. So you think Dallas Goedert's got better hands than Kittle? I don't. I think he's a really great player. He's a top 5 tight end. That says a lot. Those guys are really great players right now, and he's in there. Kittle's in the top 5 too, though. You think AJ's better than Debo? I don't know. I think Debo had 1,500 yards last year. Shit, man. AJ's never sniffed that. He's never. Oh, and I know he only had Jimmy G. And I go, you guys think he sucks? What did he have last year in reception yardage? It's got to be around AJ's, right? 1,100 yards. Let me see here. It's got to be around that 1,100, right? Because that's what AJ only averages, like 900. He's only averaged like 900 yards in 3 years. So let me see here. Debo Samuel, 2021 statistics. And 1,400 yards, 18-2 in catches. Oh, okay. Yeah, AJ's never sniffed that. I don't know. He had Ryan Tannehill and he had Jimmy Garoppolo. You guys don't think much of both those guys. He had 1,400 yards last year with that guy. Come on, you know Debo. Debo did not have 869 yards last year. 1,409. Howie contemplating his next chess move. Brian Burns, Carolina. 24-year-old pass rusher. Edge rusher. You could put him on the other side of the guy who gets off the bus occasionally, Hassan Reddick. Stop, AJ was hurt. So? Availability, durability is part of it. So? You're either there or you're not. Okay? You can't move the goalpost. Well, he was hurt. Tough crap. If I'm paying you $25 million, you're hurt, don't be hurt. People who are always hurt don't get $25 million. And I'm not saying he's always hurt. I'm not saying that. As a matter of fact, I like AJ. He is a matchup nightmare. I told you that. Once he catches the ball, his yards after the catch, he's a mismatch. I have not seen a game this year watching AJ Brown where people have defended him. He reminds me of Michael Irvin a little bit. He plays like Irvin. He's going to muscle you for the ball. Like, if you and him go up, my money's on AJ Brown getting it. I just think Cal does a better job at using Debo than Nick Sirianni does at using AJ right now. I think they could do more with AJ. I'd put him in the slot too. Move him around more. Don't you think he's just like, you got him to the left side and that's it. Move him around more. Get the ball in his hands. Dude, in open space, he's a truck in the secondary. Why would he just, like, you know what I mean? Like, Debo is a force. Right? Move him around more. Love to see the wide receiver. I mean, especially Devontae. You know, but AJ, dude, get the ball in AJ. Here's what I'm going to get the ball in AJ and in Goddard's hands. And that's going to open it up for Devontae. Like, Devontae's going to have a 250-yard game somewhere this year. I don't know where it is. Remember I said that. He's going to put up a 250-yard game somewhere, 10 catches, 12 catches, because the other guys are going to open it up so much for him. Yeah, you're right, Scott. Goddard's better than Kittle. Brown is a stud. He sure is. What if we gave up 1 and a 2 for DK Metcalf? Seattle's not getting rid of that. They're winning. They're going to get a quarterback in next year's draft. Why would you get rid of a wide receiver that's going to be a playmaker for you when you got a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract? GT, remember that. The quarterback that Seattle gets next year, you're not going to have to pay $45 million to. He's going to be on a rookie deal. So they're not going to get rid of Metcalf. That's why they paid him now. They paid him now, gave him his money, and what they did, they put escalators in where the base salary is not as much. By the time that quarterback salary kicks in, DK will be making more in guaranteed money than he will in his base. Smart how you doing it. DJ Moore, I think he played. Didn't he play with AJ at Ole Miss? Does that sound right? Did DJ Moore play with AJ at Ole Miss? I thought it was something like that. I thought I read somewhere in there. Let's look at week 7 of the NFL. 42-34 last night. Arizona holds off New Orleans. Andy Dalton, 3 turnovers. That was your game. I got Cincinnati over a very, very, very much improved Atlanta team, 28-20. Good for Marcus Mariota. He was the NFC Offensive Player of the Week this past week. Way to go, dude. I'm rooting for you. Dallas over Detroit, 31-20. This could be an interesting ball game. Dak coming back. He's starting on Sunday. I'm going to watch this game. You imagine if they drop this game to the Lions? Lions are 1-5, but they're going to fight. I got the Titans beating the Colts. 24-21 in a close one here. I don't think Ryan Tannehill's playing well. I got Green Bay beating Tyler Heineke. 27-17. Washington's going to play hard for this kid Heineke. You watch. Marcus is almost a bust. Really, Ikun? I think he actually is, and he's trying to get that tag off him right now. I think he is a bust. But he's playing better. Tampa Bay over Carolina. Carolina beat the Niners last week. 35-17. Tom Brady rights the ship. They go to 4-3 on the season. Who would have thought that after 7 games? The Bucs 4 wins. I think the Jags upset the Giants. 27-21. Baltimore beats Cleveland 29-17. Denver has to win this game. Let me ask you this. If Denver loses to the Jets, do you fire Nathaniel Hackett? This has to be the fastest fire in the history of the NFL. Would you fire Nathaniel Hackett if they lose to the Jets? Would you fire him? I might fire the guy. It ain't working. And like I said yesterday, hey, Russell Wilson needs to be more of a tool. Dude, things aren't going well. The only thing going well is your direct deposit. Because when it comes to playing football, you're not playing well. The team's not playing well. The coach is clearly not getting it done. Nobody in that Denver Bronco locker room right now has faith in anything they're doing. And it shows in their body language. Russell Wilson, man. I'll tell you this. Hey, Tone, I'm shocked. I've never seen a guy fall off the planet this fast at quarterback. And I get what he was thinking. Do you know what Russell Wilson was thinking? He thought probably he looked more like this. Well, shit, Denver's got more assets than what they have in Seattle. Brady did it. Stafford did it. Why can't I do it? I don't think it's as easy as those guys. What's the one difference that you had? Well, you had Bruce Arians, you had Byron Leftwich, and you had Todd Bowles in Tampa. And you had an organization that has won Super Bowls or a Super Bowl. Super Bowls now. What else did you have? You had a play-calling genius in Sean McVay. And he goes to a training wheels coach in Nathaniel Hackett. That's the difference. It's the only significant difference that you can say on what's happened here. This guy went to a place that didn't have a very good leader. And he can't overcome it. Wilson looks cooked, but Hackett is terrible. There's no way Wilson should look as bad as it's remarkable. I can't believe it either. And it can't. Dude, this guy didn't blow his knee out last year. This guy blew his hand out or something. Didn't he have a hand injury? I thought it was like a hand injury or something. Right? I mean, it wasn't on a knee. It was like a shoulder or hand. Thumb. It was a thumb injury. Dude, you don't lose your talent because you have a thumb injury. Jesus criminy. Cam had a bigger drop-off? Yeah, but Cam got beat up. Russell Wilson's not beat up. I always said this, man. I think the referees, I think they never knew it. You know what? To me, Cam Newton, Shaquille O'Neal, they never were able to truly call the proper flags on Cam. Cam used to get lit up. They never protected Cam Newton like they do some. You see that sack Brady had on him? The guy put him on the ground, and they called roughing. It was a joke. Or the sack that Chris Jones had in the game in Kansas City. I go, you're kidding, right? I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I think Denver beats them 30-20. I got Vegas over Houston, 30-19. Lovie Smith, man. It's a damn shame because he's a hell of a coach. Okay? That organization, the Texans, who would ever want a job there? And get this. You have to, I'm going to say it, you don't really hear this in many places. So you give two quality black coaches in David Culley and Lovie Smith a shitty team. And you give them the job. It's like college football. You rarely see African-American coaches get the Tennessee jobs or the Gator jobs or any of that kind of stuff. University of Buffalo, Sidewinder U, Jackson State. No disrespect to the historically black colleges, because what Deion's doing for the exposure of the historically black colleges is spectacular. He's been the most influential head coach that they've had at the historically black colleges since Eddie Robinson. Lovey's a good man. I know him. I really love Lovey. Great guy. Great person to be around. I got the Chargers beating Seattle 35-28. Brian Flores, I think it is, Yale. Tua's back too. How about, Chargers 35-28. Kansas City, San Francisco in the Bay Area. McCaffrey's going to play. Can you imagine if San Francisco beats Kansas City this weekend? You have your new number one team in the NFC. Ooh, Jimmy G goes and beats Patrick Mahomes. Shit, didn't Jalen play last year against Mahomes and Garoppolo? Both beat him, didn't he? Different team, Dan. I know, hon. I know, hon. I know how it goes. Be all right. Be all right. Sills, Chargers can't lose. They have Herbert. Nice try. Cool them, Jets. Oh, my God. Can you believe if the 49ers win this game? Be a San Francisco 49er Monday, man. Because then you'd have a new number one team in the NFC. You'd have a new number one team, wouldn't you? You would think so, right? Beat Patrick Mahomes, elite quarterback. McCaffrey goes for 128 yards of total offense. His first game. Man. Debo goes for 146. You'll have a new head rooster in the NFC. If the Niners beat Kansas City, watch them put a 50 donut on them. Watch the Chiefs put a 50 spot on them. Lay it on us. As long as the Eagles win and hold on to the number one seed and keep winning, we control our own destiny. Kansas City's trash. Okay. Yes, San Francisco will jump up. Pittsburgh and Miami. I'm going to do this one last time, and I'm not going to do it again because I don't want to make light of it. Watch this. Tagovailoa, I'm going to do something that I don't mean. But because we're in a politically correct time in our society. Hey, I hope you really have a long and great career. And I hope you're healthy this game against the Steelers, even though you've had 2 concussions in 4 days. And you said this week that you don't remember leaving the stadium. Some of you are going to go, you're hoping bad things? No, I know what the end is. I know what and how this ends. It doesn't end with a riding off into the sunset. It doesn't end with a pot of gold and rainbows. You know how this ends. You just don't want to admit it. You love the sport. I love it too. I love football. But if you actually think Tagovailoa is healthy going into this game, you're living in denial. If Tagovailoa's in the NFL in 3 years, it'll be a shocker. It'll be a shocker. Is where I sit. 49ers have 3 losses to the Eagles. Got 2 mulligans on them, okay? So you think the best record in the NFL always wins the Super Bowl. What do you think, this is college football? Didn't the 10-win Giant team knock out a 19-0 New England Patriots team? Oh, yeah, but, you know, and Brady. If the 49ers beat Kansas City, they are not the number one. It's just a fluke. Well, Joshua, who the hell have you beaten this year? Let me think. Cooper Kupp. No, excuse me. Cooper Kupp? Oh, Cooper Rush. I forgot the intern's name. And Kirk Cousins. You've played 2 teams, 1-5. I wouldn't get crazy here. Lions have a great old line. They're 1-5. Let's not forget that. They're 1-5. Is Washington 1-5 or are they 2-4? Does it really matter? Does it really matter? Man, how about them 49ers? Make a move, and they put Christian McCaffrey on the football team. Remarkable. Now, is he injury prone? Absolutely. Absolutely. But don't you think here, the way they're going to use him, look at the old line they have in San Francisco compared to the line that they don't have in Carolina. Look at the shitty quarterback play that they have in Carolina. They don't have shitty quarterback play in San Francisco. And you could say, oh, you want about Jimmy. Bottom line, they're 41-17 with him. With the playoffs. They don't play shitty football with him. Yeah, but he's not the best. You know, he throws picks. He's 41-17 as a starting quarterback in the league. They don't play losing football with him. Kyle Shanahan, and I've said this to you, is 9-29 without him. You think that's just coincidence? Yeah, well, look at the guys he's... Okay. Bro, Sean, you've played no one. You've got a Division I AA schedule. How many teams have you played to get a winning record out of the 6? I think it's 2. The Cowboys with Gary Cooper, and is it Gary Cooper or Cooper? Whatever, doesn't really matter. He's out. Everyone was, and you know what, too, what really got me about the media? And I told you, he's Cooper Rush. He's Cooper Rush for a reason. No, but these guys 4-0. He's Cooper Rush. The Giants cut him. They're in desperate need of a quarterback. The Giants, Cowboys and the Vikings. 3-6-5. Cowboys and Vikings have winning records. Kansas City won the Super Bowl with a weak schedule. Ask them. Razor. No. They won the Super Bowl with Mahomes and Andy Reid. Okay? Mahomes and Andy Reid. Don't forget that. And Spagnuolo on the defensive coordinator. Okay? I mean, you might want to add that in. Andy Reid and Mahomes were part of that too. Okay? We beat the 2 best teams in the NFC. The Cowboys and Vikings is what you're holding your hat on. Take a look at that Buffalo Bills schedule or that Kansas City Chiefs schedule and who they play weekly. Then you'll get a sense of what's up. It's like having the same conversation that I have when it comes to covering college football. A 10-2 SEC team versus an undefeated Pac-12 team, who do you think's better? Well, the team's undefeated. Yeah, well, okay. They'll be 21-point underdogs. That's what I tried telling people about Michigan and Alabama. Alabama just got upset, right? They just got beat. If Alabama and Michigan were on the field together, Michigan would be a 21-point underdog. Yeah, but Michigan's undefeated. I know. You paid the greatness of the Big Ten, and you just got through handling the James Franklin Penn State nobodies. Big Ten's not a very good conference. They're decent. There's a reason why 70% almost, 66 I think it is, 63, of the first 3 rounds are taken from the Southeastern Conference. The best players are in the SEC. It's the premier league of college football. So an 8-3 A&M team is superior to a 1-loss Big Ten team. And I kind of try to tell people that in the NFL, just because you're 6-0, don't mean you're the best team. Schedule has a lot to do with that. Now, by the way, it's not really a slap on the Eagles. They've been the alpha in every single game that they've played. And I've said that to you. Dumb. Dumb. Played the Washington Commanders, Sills. Don't you know? C4E goes, hey, dumb. Dude, the greatness of the Washington Commanders. The 1-5 Lions are great too. Them Jags are getting better. Wish we had Spagnuolo. So do I. Mahomes lost to Matt Ryan and the Colts, Sills. Yeah, you're right. Last year, Last year, the Chiefs ran for 200 yards on you. They didn't even throw the ball. They didn't have to. They went like this. This is a little bit too easy for me. This is a little bit too easy. So let me just run it. They ran the ball for 200 yards. Andy Reid, 200 yards. All right. Tone, great stuff, my friend. Thank you so much, man, for pinch hitting. You guys have a spectacular weekend. It'll be Steeler week. Plus, we'll take a look at all the results from week 7 in the NFL, also college football, baseball. Hey, this Padres and Phillies series, I think it's going 7. This is going to be an interesting ball game here tonight to see how this thing shakes out. 2 spectacular players, Machado and Bryce Harper, man. We're at the price of admission. We will catch you Monday. God bless you guys. Tone, once again, thank you. Till Monday, 3 to 6 Eastern. We shall see you on the flip side.
Many times when people are injured at a place of business, they don't realize they may have a case. The fact is, injuries should not happen. And most of the time when someone is injured, someone is at fault. Maybe the store manager installed a cheap, slippery floor, or there wasn't proper security. After an injury at a hotel, restaurant, store, or any place of business, it's so important to call us. Time matters, size matters. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.